Hey, what's going on, Cubs fans? I want to do just a really quick thing here. If you don't know, the Cubs just traded Mark Leiter Jr. to the Yankees. We all kind of knew that this was coming. Leiter, Neris, Drew Smiley's been talked about, a few other relievers. Just really quickly to set the stage here, if you did not see already, the Cubs, traded. I'm sure you have. Isaac Paredes and Christopher Morel went to the Tampa Bay Rays. Intense stuff. Make sure that if you're watching this right now, we're going to do this really quick. There's a lot of questions already about this trade from Mark Leiter Jr. I'm going to break this down. Should be one of maybe a couple, maybe a few trades for the Cubs today. I want to give you a little bit of insight about what we got for Mark Leiter Jr., who has been a very reliable reliever for the Cubs. Last time the Cubs did a deal, I believe the last time the Cubs did a deal with the Yankees, they got Hayden Wesneski from the Yankees for Scott Efros. So hoping that maybe even a little bit better this time. Hayden came out. Yes, the Cubs did just trade him. The Cubs just traded Mark Leiter Jr. So here is the return, and I'm going to rattle off a few things here. I just did some research. So first of all, they get infielder Benjamin Cowles, who is currently in Double-A. He's 24 years old, 6 foot, 180 pounds. He's expected to make his major league debut in 2025. He is an infielder, mainly playing third base and shortstop. He's listed as a second baseman as well. If you're here, say what's up. Tell me what you think about the trade. I think Neris is probably going to be next for the Cubs, maybe even Smiley. We'll see. I don't know if Taillon is going to go anymore. Jack Neely, this is the really interesting one. This is the one that I'm extremely excited about. Jack Neely, he's currently in AAA. He is 24 years old, 6'8", 245 pounds. 245 pounds. What's up, Jake Hazen? Yes, thank you, MLJ. Mark Leiter Jr. no longer lights out for the Cubs, but really want to see him successful with the Yankees. Some interesting things. Let's start with Jack Neely. He's the number 22 prospect. Ben Cowles is the number 29 prospect. So good return here. Top 30 prospects for a middle reliever that is having a subpar season, which if you look behind the numbers, the Yankees probably see that Mark Leiter Jr. has just had a little bit of bad luck in a small span here because he's been one of the more reliable guys. Starting with Jack Neely. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Happy Hermit? What's up, Chai Cubs? What's up, Paulie? Thank you for checking us out here. This guy has, according to the Yankees, in an article that I looked up, he has closer kind of stuff. The strikeout numbers are out of this world. He has pitched 160 and a third innings in the minor leagues. He has struck out 255 in that time. That is wild. That's you're almost at 2 strikeouts per inning at that point. That's pretty incredible. So the fastball, I expected it to be like a 98 to 100 mile an hour fastball. It sits 94 to 96, and he's got of course, being in the Yankees organization, he's got that cutter, and then he's also got a slider. He's currently at AAA. In AAA, he's made 9 appearances. He has a 3.38 ERA. Earlier this year, he was with Double-A. He had a 2.61 ERA in 22 games, and he had 6 saves as well during that time. So in his minor league career, 20 saves. So he's been groomed to be a late innings guy, high leverage type of guy. In the 31 innings this year in Double-A, he had 51 strikeouts in 31 innings. Once he was promoted to AAA, the strikeouts have gone down a little bit, 12 strikeouts in 10 2/3 innings, but still success, 3.38 ERA. Lots to like about this guy particularly, especially if the Cubs are going to keep on shipping out some of these relievers. I'm assuming Neris will be next. Maybe even Tyson Miller has been kind of talked about. You could see Neely this year. Now on MLB.com, Neely is expected to make his major league debut this year. So especially with a team that's struggling like the Cubs, you'd expect that to be accelerated a little bit. Let's see a little bit in the comments here. What's up, Brett? What's up, Raphael? Thanks for joining us, guys. All right, so let's see. Anything too bad from Anthony? Yeah, too bad for sure. We're going to miss Leiter. Be fun to watch the light show in the playoffs. Absolutely. If the Yankees don't completely continue to implode. Daniel says, Yankee fan here. What can we expect from MLJ? Yeah, Daniel, a nasty splitter and he's going to dominate left-handed hitters, and he does a pretty dang good job against righties as well. So that splitter, though, makes him basically a lefty specialist, even though he's a right-handed pitcher. Doesn't throw gas. He throws 90 to 92, but that 90 to 92, it's almost like, think about facing Tim Wakefield, right? Whenever he threw the fastball, it looked like 100 miles an hour, but it was only like 82. When MLJ is in there, his 91-mile-an-hour fastball, because the splitter is so dirty and a lot slower, looks like probably 96, 97. What's up? Decent trade, I suppose. Better to see him now before he goes into another major funk, says Brett. I don't know if that'll happen this year, given that he did have a DL, an injured list trip. I think he's going to be a little bit more fresh. And your favorite movie, Dumb and Dumber. That's my favorite movie. If Luke Little gets healthy, imagining him with Neely coming out of the pen, absolutely. It's not going to be this year. Luke Little is out for the year. Hate to see the Morel trade, says Johnny. Yeah, hate to see it too. But hey, Isaac Paredes making his Cubs debut tonight. Now let's move on to Benjamin Cowles. He's the number 29 prospect for the Yankees. So, I'm going to be interested to see where these guys end up landing on the Cubs, because I can see Neely absolutely being in the top 30, but Benjamin Cowles at 29, does he even make the top 30 for the Cubs, given how strong the minor league system is for Chicago? I'm not sure. But lots to like about this guy, too. In Double-A, expected to make his major league debut in 2025. He's 24 years old, 6 foot. Okay, sorry. Am I still on? Can you guys still hear me? Did I get taken out? There we go. Okay, it looks like we're still going again. Don't know why a phone call came through. All right. Benjamin Cowles, backing up a little bit. What I'm really excited about for Benjamin Cowles, based on an article that came out in April, was that high strikeout guy. High strikeout rate. Is he going to be able to cut down on that? Well, he heard what the critics were saying, and he came into 2024 and got better while being promoted to Double-A. So last year in Single-A Hudson Valley for the Yankees, he only hit 254 with only a 749 OPS. During that time, he had 10 home runs, okay? He also was in the Fall League, but I'm not going to count that in 2023. He also had 10 home runs, and he struck out 122 times in 444 at-bats, which comes out to right around a 27-ish strikeout rate, 27-ish % strikeout rate. Not great, especially not at Single-A. They said, you need to strike out less, you need to make more consistent contact. Dude heard them, made the transition. Now in Double-A, is striking out under 18% of the time. That's, if you're doing the math at home, over a 9% increase in a positive direction from a strikeout rate perspective. He's now gone from a 254 batter in Single-A to a 295 batter in Double-A with an OPS of 848 compared to last year in Single-A when he was at 749. So he's increased the OPS by 99 points the following year. Plus, he has about the same pop, 9 home runs and 378 plate appearances compared to 10 last year and 444. And the guy can run too. Great stolen base option here. He's tried to steal 16 times this year. He's been successful 14 of those times. Last year, stole 23 out of 27. Second base, third base mainly, shortstop, third base mainly, and a little bit of second base, which is interesting to me, and I want to see what you guys think about this as well. Neely is a closer, late inning, says Johnny. Leiter, 33, I believe. I miss Morel. Yes, lots of. I just want to do something here before I ask this question, or read the comments before I ask the question. Cubs fan ecstatic to see Leiter go. His ERA is about 4, and that's not good enough. For sure, Lucas, I would say that he just went through one bad stretch, and a lot was unlucky. Some BABIP unluck. Your shirt is perfect for this team. Yes, for sure. All right. We just traded Christopher Morel for Isaac Paredes, who's a third baseman, who, by the way, can play some first base as well, but you got Michael Busch over there performing his balls off. You've got James Triantos coming up. You've got Matt Shaw coming up. Both of them are in Double-A right now, expected to be up next year. In Triple-A, I'm just thinking out loud right now, I don't think that there's really any middle. Luis Vazquez. You got Luis Vazquez as well, who's a shortstop. Dansby's got shortstop locked in for a long time. Whether you like that or not is not the point. Nico is potentially being traded. There's been trade talks about him. But it feels like with this addition of Cowles, it feels like there is now this idea of, well, now there's another guy who could potentially come up and be a second or third or a shortstop, second base, third base next year. It feels like just like how the outfield situation for prospects is crowded, now it feels like the infield situation for prospects is crowded with Cowles, Triantos, Vasquez, and Shaw all within kind of striking range right now for the majors. Someone's got to go, right? It feels like Nico, based on the trade talks, might be the guy, but if he's not, I hope it's not Shaw. I really am excited for Shaw. I hope it's James Triantos. To be completely honest, I'm not that excited about James Triantos based on what I've heard behind the scenes, behind the curtains. A lot to be nervous about with James Triantos from a defensive standpoint, and he doesn't have great speed. I might be misquoting that. Let me just, I want to make sure I'm right on that. James Triantos, stolen bases. No, sorry. He does have good speed. He has speed. It was just strictly the glove. He's got 33 stolen bases in 40 attempts this year. So he's got speed. Does he have the power? He's only got a 784 OPS at AA, which is not that exciting. The year before, his OPS was 755. He feels to me like a mix between Nico and Nick Madrigal. The contact is amazing, just like both of them. The power isn't quite there, and the glove isn't quite there. So I'm just not as excited about James Triantos, but he is in the Cubs' top, 6 or 7 for their prospects. So I think he's a good trading chip that we won't miss that much, whereas Matt Shaw or maybe Nico, Vasquez is an incredible glove, so I'm really excited to see Vasquez actually get some time up in the majors, hopefully in the next couple months. And now with Cowles, unless Cowles is picked up to now be another trade chip, I'm not quite sure. But all I know is I'm extremely excited about this trade. I think this is a great return, especially just if it was just Leiter for Neely, I would be extremely excited. But with Cowles included, I think this is really, really going to be cool. It's exciting right now. Trade deadline. We still have another about 5 hours left for the trade deadline. I'm expecting Neris to be on the move, maybe Nico, maybe Tyone, maybe Drew Smiley, maybe Tyson Miller. We'll have to see. Before I end this here, let's just make sure that I've gotten to most of the comments. Morel sparked us to a losing record, says the Happy Hermit. Like that they're getting 24-year-olds instead of 18 and 19-year-olds. Yes, absolutely. One of the things that Jed Hoyer, I can't remember where the quote was, they were not interested in single-A prospects. Not interested in that. This is not a long rebuild. They want guys that can come up now or in the next year. If Nico gets traded, I'll lose my mind. Absolutely, Johnny, I'll lose my mind as well. I'm a huge Nico fan, but writing on the wall, man. I mean, if teams are asking, it is a seller's market right now. I don't know. We got to remove a little bit of emotion from it as well. Fun is how you describe the 2024 Cubs. Oh, it's not how you describe. Yeah, Jake, I definitely agree with that. Here's the thing. If we see more trades, fun could be the word for the last couple months as we start to see some prospects come up, do their thing, see what they're all about. If they stand pat, it's not going to be much fun the last couple months. So hoping to see a few more trades so that we can see some new guys. Probably miss Javi too. Talking to me, I don't miss Javi. I miss Cubs Javi. I don't miss current Javi. Nico shouldn't get moved this deadline. None of those young guys are ready to take over. I feel like we'd be rushing them too soon, says Steven. If they move Nico, Steven, it's definitely not going to be a rush situation for Shaw or Triantos or this guy Cowles. Maybe Luis Vasquez comes up and plays second base, but it would definitely be your guy, Mastro. Bodie would be there. A couple other guys could potentially slot in there. Let's see. Agreed, Matt Shaw is the real deal. Triantos hits like 300. Yeah, he hits 300, 302 right now, which is great. But, go look at Nick Madrigal's minor league stats as well. I mean, average is not nearly as exciting to me, especially with the gap between AAA to the majors right now. I expect to see regression in a lot of that. And right now the Cubs want an impact bat. Assuming that even if he's like a 270 hitter, 280 hitter at the majors with a, call it 720 OPS, that's basically Nico, but with a worse glove and steals as many bags, right? It's just a worse version of Nico, basically. Now, not Nico this year, Johnny, but Nico in years past. We need a catcher. Absolutely, Holly. I can't wait for Moises Ballesteros to get called up. I expect that to happen in the next month. Paredes has an OPS. I'm assuming you mean OPS plus over 120 each of the last 3 seasons. Yep. I'm very excited. Yada yada. Talkman. Yeah, Talkman is probably one that will be dealt as well. Not impressed me. Everything we have talked about is the same old Cubs, just average. We need 300 hitters with great gloves. We need contact hitters, says Jerry. Yeah, I mean, again, this Cowles guy, that's the one thing that I'm excited about. He had Owen Casey kind of strikeout numbers in the minors for single A, close to 30%, now down up below 18% in double A. So that's a impressive thing for a young guy, 24 years old, who can make an adjustment like that. That's pretty exciting. When I say the Yankees Cubs trade, I instantly thought Cody Bellinger, said Steven. Yeah, I don't think that Cody's going anywhere. We're either stuck with that contract or we're happy that he underperformed this year so that the next year he performs when we really need him. All right, guys, thanks so much. Excited to see what else happens today. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. If you have any other questions, I'll go ahead and get to it later. But go Cubs go. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you are checking out everything that we have to do here on the Setup Man. We'll talk to you soon.